Hey guys, I'm Gilly, and this is the IMBAbuilds audio guide to Trap's PvP 3-gate all-in. Be sure to check the video description below for a link to the IMBAbuilds website, where you'll find tips on the build, as well as other replays of it in action. In a second, I'll ask you to pause the video while you start a game against an easy AI Protoss opponent. Once the game loads, pause it and come back here. I'll then give you a countdown and you can resume your game. Ready? Pause the video. Welcome back. Get ready to unpause the game and start your first probe in 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You just started your first probe. Keep making them. You'll warp in your first pylon after starting your 9th probe. You should have just started your 9th probe. When you get close to 100 minerals, pull out a probe to warp in a pylon near your nexus, then return it to mining. Your pylon should finish around the same time as your 10th probe. When this probe finishes, use it to warp in a gateway before starting your 11th probe. Once you've started a gateway, resume probe production and chrono boost the nexus. Warp in an assimilator. Don't use any more chrono boosts on the nexus. You'll save it for later. Put 3 probes on your assimilator. Pull out a probe to warp in a cyber core as soon as the gateway finishes. Warp in a pylon. You should be on your 16th probe. Pause probe production after this one. Start a zealot at the gateway and chrono boost it out, then resume probe production. Start warp gate research when your cyber core finishes and chrono boost it. Start a stalker when your zealot finishes. Chrono boost the cyber core. Warp in 2 gateways. You should be at 23 supply. Chrono boost the cyber core and start a second stalker when the first one is done. Send out a probe in your zealot and stalker to start building proxy pylons. Don't make any probes after this one, which should be your 20th. Chrono boost the cyber core. Don't forget to rally your second stalker to the other units. Warp in a proxy pylon if you haven't by now. When warp gate research finishes, transform your gateways into warp gates. Then warp in 3 stalkers at your proxy pylon and attack as soon as possible. Chrono boost your gateways whenever you can to reduce their cooldown. This is an all-in, so keep committing to the attack and warping in units. Good luck and have fun!